Hey guys, welcome back. I got an email from a client of mine, and it was about envy and how icky the feeling of envy is. And it can be really difficult to sit with it. And so I told her instead of just answering her directly, I'd make a little video so we could all kind of tune into this very universal, very normal, very human experience of envy. So I'm going to read a little bit of her email first. Let me pull it up. Okay, and it says this. Hi, Missy. Thanks so much for the great office hours chat today. I wanted to follow up with you because, in the theme of lacking, I find envy to be a very uncomfortable feeling to sit with. When I compare myself to others, more specifically what I lack and what they have, it just feels so icky. I can see for a millisecond that it's my mind spinning a very illusory and conditioned story, which brings relief to the feelings and makes them easier to let pass. But then I go right back to believing the story, and I feel like I want to crawl out of my skin. The feeling of envy feels very real and very strong. Okay. This is so good because it's something I think we've all had. Every single person watching this right now can probably think of many, many times that your mind has told a very convincing, compelling story that you lack something and somebody else has it. I mean, right now, just off the top of my head, I can think of a few concrete mind examples in my life right now where my mind loves to say, they're getting it right and I'm not. They have this and I don't. And here's the cool thing. The mind, the same mind that is spinning these stories of lack, well, it's going to give you evidence because that's what minds do. Out of all the data coming in to the mind is only going to pick up the teeny, teeny fraction of data that confirms its story. And the mind prefers stories of lack. The mind prefers stories of not good enough, not worthy enough, don't have enough. Because if the mind can convince you that that is true, well, then it's got you on the hook for staying in the mind to solve it. And then we do what we humans do. We look for ways to stop feeling lack. We look for ways to bring things into our lives. But what if it's so much simpler? What if it's simply beginning to be open to seeing that the feeling you feel, because thank goodness we have these brilliant bodies and these brilliant nervous systems that give us really strong, really good clues that we're lost. Our nervous system crunches. We hurt. Stories of lack, stories of envy feel awful by design. And only an ego would come in and say, the problem's out there, so let's fix it. But that crunch in the body, that revving up on the nervous system, is only ever saying one thing: you're lost. You're lost for a moment. You're not seeing clearly. You're literally confusing reality. One of my favorite Buddhist sayings is, all suffering is the misperception of reality. If you're suffering, you are misperceiving reality. There's something you're not seeing correctly. There's something your mind is presenting as truth that you're believing innocently. The answers to these envy questions, these lack questions, are never ever found in world of form. They're not. Behavior will do what behavior does. You're going to find yourself doing things, taking steps. But that's not the answer to envy. That's not the answer to lack, ever. The only answer is in really tuning in to those bodily sensations of ick, I love how this client said icky multiple times, but the icky has nothing to do with what you do or don't have and what others do or don't have. Icky actually doesn't even have anything to do with the story your mind's telling. I really want you to pause there and hear that again. The icky isn't even about the fact that your mind's telling that story of lack. That's just what minds do. That's just a normal mind doing a normal, healthy thing. The icky is saying, hey, for me, I always picture life coming in and saying, hey, sweet girl, you're misidentifying with the mind that only knows how to tell stories of lack. The icky is helping you wake up to an identity you're still identifying with, a mind, a story. So minds are still going to tell ick stories. Minds are still going to tell stories of lack. It's just what they do. The icky is the brilliance. You want the icky. You want your body to be ever more sensitive to the lies that the mind tells. So you wake up. This is about waking up to your freedom. This isn't about what others have and what you don't have. This is so much bigger. I hope this helps. I can't wait to hear from you and see sort of what's beginning to open. And I'll leave you with this. Please let the mind or consider, you don't let or not let. Consider that the mind activity gets to keep doing mind activity stuff. It gets to keep telling really shitty stories about you and others and chopping everything up. That's not a problem. Lean into the brilliance of your body when it tenses up, when it hurts, when it feels heavy, when there's a ball in your throat or a punch in the gut. Tune into the brilliance of that. Maybe even offer a little bit of gratitude for that. That's there to help you wake up. Hey, you're buying into something that is not your identity. It's not personal. It doesn't belong to you. Come home. Come home where peace is imperturbable, where joy is causeless, where love is unconditional. Hang out there. Come home. Thanks, guys. Bye.